5:15. We'd probably be out here about 6:15. I mean, hopefully we can find somewhere. I don't really have a set tree I'm going to today. The last few days I've been in new trees. I've never hunted out here before, so big long ridge, north wind. Seen big bucks there before. We've hunted here twice this year. Well, not this exact spot, just this ridge. We've hit this ridge a couple times already, but way down, but way closer to parking. We're gonna push back up that ridge today and then cut back down in there and try to stay up top. Let the winds, they're supposed to be like 5 mile an hour. Tomorrow they're supposed to be real nothing. If we go hunting tomorrow, we'll hit probably the valleys because there ain't gonna be no wind. So we can see if we can sit in there and, you know what I'm saying, have something cruise by. Something coming down to scent check down in the valleys. There's a lot of sign, a lot of activity down there. So that's it. That's the plan for today. I will see you when I get to the woods. Haven't talked to you guys at all this morning. Just been still hunting my way through with no wind. Trying to find a place to set up. Bumped into another hunter. So I had to turn around and go back. And now it's 8 o'clock. And I kind of just set up. There's some scrapes above me on the main trail. The thermals are pulling my scent up towards them. And there's a decent trail out here in front of us. So I'm hoping I'm about to do a little rattling though. See what happens. Set up in this tree, but I'm being lazy. I don't want to set up for just an hour and a half. Y'all ready for this? Alright. 10:07. Haven't seen anything since that little spike buck. Fuck, he came in about 5 minutes after we rattled. He came in quick. Probably wasn't even 5 minutes. Winds were supposed to be light out of the north this morning. They were not as light as I thought they were going to be, which was a plus. But now they've been every which way. When I got here this morning, they were kind of coming out of the east. So I just chilled. I walked really slow down this ridge until the sun started coming up a little bit, and then it started pulling, the thermal started pulling my scent up the hill here. And the wind was light enough that the thermals were overpowering it. So even though the wind was squirrely, I kept dropping milkweed and it was pulling it up this ridge. So I started still hunting down a deer trail, looking for a good tree to set up in. Thought I just heard some walking. But now the wind is coming out of like the southwest. It's hit me right in the face. I bumped into 2 or 3 deer this morning, and I think I bumped into a buck that had a doe pinned down. And then I think he ran her up over this ridge behind me and down the other side. But I think I'm about to pack up everything here and head to the truck. Make a game plan for what I'm gonna do this evening. That little spike was out there earlier, about 20 yards. Just needed that little spike to be a big buck. Fucking track. Didn't make a scrape here too. All that rain has washed it away. Back at the truck. Got some lunch today. I don't know. That guy I bumped into this morning said he was parked up north and walked in, and I'm parked a little farther. I'm parked more south, and I walked in. And there's another truck here in the parking lot. He said there was another truck there with the parking lot at the parking lot with him too. So seems like this place is getting hit pretty hard today. I don't know if I'm gonna stay here. There's another piece down the road that's really hard to get to. It's like a fucking minimum maintenance road. And all the rain we've been having, I don't know, I might drive down there and just pilfer around there for the night. Try to find some good sign or something. I've never been there before. It doesn't have much trees. I like hunting the trees, but I don't mind hunting on the ground either. And it's more by the river, so it's close to here. I've never been there before though. It's maybe 20 minutes from here, so I don't know. I'm gonna sit here and look at the weather and think about it. And when I know, you'll know. I'm here at this little local gas station here, small town gas station. And I was talking to this guy here at the gas pump, and he was telling me to go. I was going to check out this place at the river I've never been to before, and he said he lived here a few years ago. And he starts talking to me. He's like, "Hey, have you ever been to Whoop-de-Woo, you know?" I'm like, "No, but I'm actually going there right now." I was on my way there because, I mean, there's people all over that unit there. And, you know, like, I've been hunting for a few years, but this year seems a little different, you know? Like, I'm paying attention more. I'm starting to think things through. I'm starting to try to plan my hunts and plan my spots based on thermals and winds, and not just setting up on sign and being like, you know, let's hope it works. It seems right. And so, you know, I just feel like I'm gaining more knowledge this year on stuff. And as I was looking at the map, sitting there trying to decide where I was going to go, if I was going to go over here to this river, or if I was going to stay back here in those hills, I'm looking at the place I'm hunting, and the unit I'm hunting is full of, it has cut trails all over in it. And I never even paid attention to that, you know? Like, I always have seen it. I've been looking at the map forever. But I never paid attention to the unit I've always hunted just has trails cut all through it. I mean, easy, beautiful walking trails. And then I started looking around at the other places. I'm like, man, these places don't have any walking trails cut in them. I bet you they get way less traffic because they don't have trails cut in them. And then I bumped into that dude hunting this morning. He's from out of state, from South Dakota, hunting right off the corn edge. He's a saddle hunter with a trad bow. He was hunting right off that cornfield edge though. And I was just still hunting my way through, and I had just come up into the cornfield and bumped into him. He had just come down to take a deuce, I think, or that's what he said. But he was hunting this place too, but camping in another unit. But he was hunting this unit, and I started thinking about that in the truck, and I'm like, it's because this has all the trails. That's why everybody wants to hunt this unit instead of the other units, because this one has the best trails. And then I started looking at this river one down here, and that fucker's thick. And it looks like it's thick with tall CRP and maybe dotted with willow trees. More trees than I remembered. I said earlier it didn't have much trees, but I was just going off my memory. Once I got to looking at it on the map, it looks like it has quite a bit of trees. I just don't know how big they are. I don't know if they're tall trees or big trees. They look like they just might be willows. But I ain't got a problem climbing up and standing in a willow and hunting either. But this dude here was telling me that the place I'm going, he said, boy, it's got a big deer. And, you know, I always wanted to hunt the hills because I'm thinking, you know, well, the hills are going to keep people out. Nobody wants to walk the hills. I don't think they mind walking the hills when it's an easy walk. Nobody wants to walk through that tall grass because I just walked through that shit the other day and it's a nightmare. So there's the guy right there. That was the guy that I was talking to that was telling me, yeah, man, go down here and check. And then he told me right where this public butts up to private, he said he used to sit right there in a tree. And he said he had lots of stuff coming through. He said, but that's a really good area to hunt. So I'm going to take his word for it, and we're going to get out here, and we're going to see what's going to eat this food real quick. And then we're going to go down here to the river and look around and try to find somewhere to set up for this evening. So good stop here, getting some gas and talking to that guy at the gas pump. So he actually initiated the conversation with me. He's like, you see anything? And I'm like, no, I just seen one little spike buck come by. Well, he wasn't even a spike. He was probably like a 6-point, I think. He had the 2. And then his things were really tall, but he had 2 little hooks on them too. So yeah, that's the plan though. So let's eat our food and head out where we need to be. Go find somewhere to hunt tonight. Well, we made it. We got plenty of time to make a decision, so let's get down here to the end, see how many, see if there's anybody down here, or see what's going on. There's some tire tracks here, but this is a boat ramp too. There's no trucks down here. Alrighty. Here we are at this other public spot. Just 2 trucks on the way in here. There's some fresh tracks back here, some fresh footprints, tire tracks. Fucking beaver. Well, he took that tree all the way down. Nice tracks. Up we go. Sure, that's reishi. Not 100%, but I feel like that's reishi. medicinal fungi. Let me know what you think. Trail. 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 All of these trails meet right here. In some thick ass shit. What up? 3:30. Took us a minute to get set up in this fucking crazy tree. The only tree around here that ain't too big or too small. We jumped a big ass buck, bro. Right over here to my left, man. A big motherfucker. He didn't smell me, but he saw me. I heard him running away. I was standing out here on top of a trail, and I had just looked up and seen a bunch of rubs right there. And I was contemplating backtracking. I don't like to do that, but it happens when you're looking somewhere new. And as I was thinking about backtracking, I heard something take off running. And I turned around and all I could see was the rack, dude. But this is a really good spot, I think, man. There's a bunch of CRP over there. And a pond or two, it looks like, maybe. Or just water from the river. And then that transitions to some canary grass, like some yellow grass. And then that transitions into this thick shit. Look, I'll show you. And on the other side of those ponds is just straight up willow thicket. And then all that out there transitions into this, which transitions into hard timber. And then it hits the river, so there's a shit ton of transition lines right here. And we had to go through the thickest fucking shit to get here. Ain't nobody else did this. But if there's one big buck, there's probably more, so let's hope something comes in out here. That little willow tree right there is 45 yards. See you when I see something. I just hit the horns. I forgot to record it. I only did it from the tree, though. See what happens. A little spike buck went through after I rattled. At least that's what I think it was. Back there in them, all that thick brush back there. I never got a good look at him. I grunted at him, but he just kept going. Might have been a doe. The way it was moving and the fact I couldn't see any horns, I think it was a low buck. Beautiful sunset. I think I just heard a turkey. That was a doe and a little spike. And now I think he's chasing her through the woods back there. There's a nice buck back there. He just chased off that spike. It's a nice 8-point. was a good fucking night in here, dude. But it's gonna be fun getting out. There's that buck's bed I jumped up earlier. This is right where he fucking jumped up. I was right over there. Well, it's good to know. That was ridiculous. There's a guy there. Oh. Here we are. There's Linda. Going home.